Good afternoon, everyone. I want to begin with the verse, Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. That verse reminds us of something we often forget. We live our life like if tomorrow is promised. We make plans like if tomorrow will ever come. But ultimately, it is God's plan that takes priority. As I look around this room, I see a lot of people who got to experience my father. Most of you saw who he truly was. I know some of you laughed with him. I know some of you smiled with him. I know some of you have shared the dance floor with him. I've even seen some people share punches with him. I see you, Theo. Some of you have even disliked him. I know I did. But every single one of those moments, good or bad, it was shaped by his presence. And that was my dad. For those of you who don't know, my name is Horatio Urieta. I was named after my father. He was taken from us just about a week ago, and I'm still processing this. But what I do know is that God is in control, and right now, I'm letting him carry a weight that I cannot carry alone. Today, I want to share 3 things about my father. I want to share his upbringing, I want to share his goals, and I want to share his triumphs. Having introduced myself, let me begin. My father had a tough childhood. He grew up facing things that would break a lot of people. I remember him telling me a story about a man who used to bully him when he was a boy. He went up to that guy years later as a teenager, and he went up to him and asked him, "Do you remember me?" Of course the man said no, but my dad remembered every single thing that guy did to him. And let's just say, after that day, that guy never forgot who my dad was. But here's the thing, my dad didn't like to humiliate people. I think it's because he knew what it felt like. He carried that with him. He was tough, short, yes, but incredibly brave. Now that you've heard a little bit about his upbringing, let me tell you about some of his goals. Growing up, my dad always wanted to be a soldier. That was actually one of his biggest dreams. He wanted to join the military. He told me that they didn't let him in because he was too short. I guess they had like a height requirement or something. But there was something about that lifestyle that he respected deeply. Maybe it was the structure, maybe it was the discipline. I never really asked him why. But I do know this, when I joined the military, he was so proud. He told me, "I'm living my dreams through you, son," before I left, which was super great. I really appreciated that from him. Before I left the military, my father gave me some advice that I would never forget. He told me, I'm so sorry. He told me, he said, "Don't be the first and don't be the last, but stay in the middle." Now that I think about it, it's so silly, but it really did make sense, and I understood what he was talking about. But that was my dad. You know, his biggest triumphs were having us. I think that was the biggest thing that he really appreciated in his life, was having his kids. You know, he did his best to love on us. And you know what? He was actually more affectionate than my mom was. Sorry, Mom. It's the truth, though. He was very affectionate in his own way. And that's something that we really appreciated. But, you know, today we spoke about who he was. We spoke about his upbringing, his goals, and his triumphs. But more importantly, we came together one last time to honor him. Thank you all for being here. It truly means a lot. And as you leave here today, remember this. We can make all the plans we want, but at the end, it is God's plans that prevails. Thank you.